Hi, my name is Imangi Deshpande, and I'm actually presenting today the peer-graded assignment course project for the last module, Human Factors in AI. I'm using Smart TutorBot, an existing machine learning powered AI agent, which I developed for managing machine learning projects, the second module of this specialization. Let me quickly give you the overview of what this Smart Tutor Bot is. So Smart Tutor Bot is actually a web scraping agent for social media websites, primarily Facebook. And I am designing this Smart Tutor Bot for small businesses in tutoring domain who have to spend close to $1,000 a month for running their Google pay per click campaign, which is very expensive. This particular small businesses make somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and spending $1,000 on marketing is quite a huge expense for the small businesses. The data is actually coming from my own personal tutoring service, which I run in New Jersey area, and I spent in upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 a month for running a marketing campaign. Many times this particular PPC campaign doesn't generate sufficient lead, or the quality of leads is also questionable, which does not result into any kind of sales. So I am actually looking for a subscription base or a cheaper alternative which will generate me quality leads, and I don't have to break my bank for sale. So I came up with this particular idea where user is like a primary business like me, and I would be using a Smart Tutor Bot, which is either available as a website or a extension on a browser. And the primary task I expect the Smart Tutor Bot to do is to crawl through various Facebook groups and Facebook pages in a given geographic locations like a zip code, and come back with the tutoring request, which would specify the subjects, the grades, the zip codes, as well as tutors who are looking for a tutoring opportunity can also go in there and specify their profile, which I could use to even get tutors without spending too much money on recruitment platforms like Indeed. So primary task here, which Smart Tutor Bot is actually kind of automating as well as augmenting, is searching of these Facebook groups, which is a manual effort if I don't use PPC. And why I say augmenting is because once a tutor bot runs and creates a base set of opportunities, um, a small business can use another factors and use this particular data to make decisions. So it could be automation as well as augmentation. And again, as I said before, the primary task which is um, automated here is crawling through Facebook pages and finding those opportunities. For the user experience design, I just want to specify that I am using the user inputs by having them specify the URLs for crawling, as well as they can go in a setting and set up their run options, meaning how long the crawling agent should run, how much the rows of data should be returned, as well as they can specify other specifications also in settings. So this way the user is integral part of the entire workflow, either by inputting user data through forms, various fields, etc. For feedback loop, I'm using a inbuilt messaging in the system itself, or sometimes user can just go to the free flowing text and give us an input on their feedback. As well as in terms of model transparency, I clearly specify that this is a machine learning model, and a caution should be used while using the results of this machine learning model. Users should not totally rely on that. And in terms of uncertainty, I clearly mentioned that this is a probabilistic model and not deterministic. So small businesses or anyone who is using this application always must rely on other factors also, and not take the decision solely based on the data which is presented in this design, in this application. Coming back to the privacy considerations, as I mentioned that this particular application has the information about tutors, students, their parents, their geographical location. So I need to take into consideration the privacy, and Though this is a tutoring application, there is no federal funding, so we are not bound by like the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. But at the same time, we are making sure that data is safeguarded and secured in motion as well as in rest. Any other laws like CCPA or CPRA, if applicable, we would be implementing those in the application. And as far as the ethical consideration are concerned, of course, the Smart Tutor bot can introduce a bias in the process of data collection. Uh, we are making a lot of efforts to make sure that the data is collected fairly by curating and diversifying the training data, doing the accountability by data sheets for data sets, and then also the transparency where we clearly mention that this is a machine learning model and it does lack the data bias could be there could be like the wrong predictions, etc. All kinds of these are exposed to the user. We also kind of share how the data is collected, making sure that it is transparent. Thank you for listening to my presentation and have a wonderful day.